Hi everyone, it's lovely to see you again. And you know what? I have covered so many dark and weird and gloomy games that I think I owe it to myself to cover something cute. Not cute, but with something horrible lurking just beneath the surface, but just plain flat out cute, like a pink fluffy basket of kittens wrapped up in a rainbow. Oh, and fun. Very fun. And chock full of sugar-sweet memories that always make me smile. And what better to fit the bill than Castle of Illusion, starring everyone's favorite mouse.
Castle of Illusion was first published by Sega in 1990. It was available for the Genesis, the Master System, the Game Gear, and in Japan the Sega Saturn as part of the Sega Ages compilation series. The Genesis version is the best known and the one I'm most familiar with, so we'll focus on that. The game offers 3 difficulties: Normal, Hard, and Practice. Normal and hard are about what you'd expect, but practice, well...
I remember back when I fired this game up for the first time. I started off in practice mode just to get a feel for things, and believe me, if you stay there, you are missing everything.
Practice mode is just that, a mode strictly for practice. You can finish in less than 10 minutes. It's 3 levels long, the real game is 7, and those 3 levels are much shorter than they are in normal and hard. There aren't any bosses either, just gems to collect at the end of each stage. It even has a simplified story and an abbreviated ending, which is shown in its entirety here. Really, that's the whole thing.
You see, when I first played this, I just assumed that practice mode was the easiest version of the whole game. So when I moved on to normal mode, I was in for a surprise. A surprise and one of the most pleasant gaming experiences that I've had to this day.
This is what the real game is like. You are Mickey, a mouse on a mission to rescue your precious Minnie. She was captured by the evil witch Mizrabel, subtle that, out of jealousy over Minnie's beauty. To save her, you must recover 7 gems and enter the witch's castle. Along the way, you'll get to enjoy beautiful, imaginative settings, a bouncy, whimsical soundtrack, and plenty of classic platform gaming goodness. The gameplay is simple. There's running, jumping, ducking, and throwing. Oh, and squishing. That's the main method you'll use for eliminating various mooks as well as attacking the bosses. You'll also find things like marbles and apples that you can stockpile and throw, but trust me, 90% of the time that little butt bounce thing is your most effective attack. You can even use it in places to help you reach higher ground. After you defeat a boss or reach the end of certain levels, you'll be awarded bonus points for how well you've played. How much life you have remaining, how much damage you've taken, that sort of thing. On reaching certain point levels, you'll also earn extra lives.
I just have to draw special attention to how pretty this game is. I mean, it's over 20 years old and its look still hasn't lost its charm. There's just something inexplicably lovable about it. Who knows? Maybe it's that touch of Disney magic. But really, from Fantasia's Forest to Toyland to the Enchanted Library, this game is filled with visual delights. But for me, there's one stage that will always be special. And that stage would be...
Candyland! I love this place. Oh sure, the platforming might be nervous-making on your first few tries, but it's just so fun. Also, falling in the milk won't kill you right away. If you have at least a couple of hit points left, it'll bounce you in the air and give you a second chance. Seriously, look at this. Who wouldn't want to live here? The music is just so cheerful that it makes me wanna... So short, yet literally so sweet.
Not to say that everything is light and easy going. There are a couple of stages in this game that can drive you crazy. And the first one, unsurprisingly, is basically a sewer level.
Oh sure, it looks like ruins, but trust me, it's a sewer. You've got your water coming from nowhere at inconvenient times. You've got your comparatively dreary setting. You've also got precision jumping combined with trial and error. This is where you'll probably notice the landing controls can be a bit slippery. It's not really an issue most of the time, but here, it brings the pain. Oh, and there are bats. Lots of bats. Bats in need of orthodontics. Don't think about it too hard. Anyway, once you survive that, you end up here. Yep, definitely a sewer level. You have to time the way the water rises and falls and make sure you're above ground when it hits high tide. Otherwise, you get washed back, possibly right to the beginning. Then, once you get through that, you have to face the boss. Actually, this one's kind of fun once you figure out what's going on. The trick is that, like the rest of the stage, your timing and your placement have to be spot on. Go me!
Now, as long as I'm here, I just have to point out how much I like the boss fights in general. I mean, sure, it's basically a matter of memorizing patterns and getting the timing down, but it's just so fun and colorful that you kind of lose yourself in the moment, and in the energetic tune that's playing during the fights.
It's time to get serious. There's definitely a shift in how the game looks and sounds once you reach the final rounds. I like how its presentation tells you you're closing in on the final battle. It even sticks you in a clock tower before the penultimate fight. When a Disney game turns into Castlevania, you know you're in for something. Yes, a random bat has killed me there before. Yes, I did throw my controller and rage against the heavens. Anyway, once you defeat one more boss and pick up one more gem, it's time for the final confrontation with the evil witch Miserabelle, who bears quite the resemblance to a classic Disney villain. And once you defeat her...
If you don't want the ending spoiled, you might want to skip ahead a couple of minutes. But after all of that, this is just too cute not to share. So there you have it, Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. I highly recommend you play it if you can. I think what I like so much about this game is it's just so innocent. Sometimes Sometimes you just have to visit a world that makes you smile, where even the evil witch might not be so bad after all. Hello, my dear. It's been a long time. I'm certain that you've missed me.